If you are currently job hunting and you're telling yourself that you'll just take what you can get or that you're open to anything or everything, this video is for you. I promise this video will make job hunting easier. Let me start out by saying that there's a difference between being stuck up and being picky. Being picky is knowing where you need to go, how to get there, and what you need to do to get there. Sometimes that might mean taking a lower paying job, doing the grunt work, and working long hours. Once you've started a role that makes you unhappy, you have two choices. You can quit right away and burn some bridges, or you can stick it out for a year or two. I'm guessing you'll want to stick with the latter because within that year or two, a lot can change. And because we all know that it's a bad idea to burn bridges. You need to be picky to prevent yourself from ending up in either position. Hi, my name is Laurie and I'm a career coach who has been on both sides of the hiring process many times. I am the founder of Post College Journey, and this channel is all about job hunting tips that will help you launch your career after college. So be sure to hit that subscribe button below. Let's dive right in. It's important to be picky about your first job out of college. Here are 8 reasons why. The first reason to be picky is to avoid ending up in a toxic work environment. The last thing I want for you is to be so focused on starting any job that you take any job and you end up working at a company with a toxic work environment. Psychological safety is always important, and it's especially important in your first career building job because as with any time you're doing something for the first time, it's not always easy to spot things like, hey, this is wrong and I shouldn't be treated like this. It's especially hard for anyone who doesn't have parents, relatives, or mentors who are currently in the working industry they're trying to get into. Trying to avoid a toxic work environment is really hard, and things won't always be perfect anywhere because managers are human, and even those with the best intentions will have some bad days. But the best things for you to do to avoid a toxic work environment are going on informational interviews to learn about the norms of the industry that you're trying to get into, and trusting your gut during the hiring process. The way you are treated during an interview can give you an idea of how you'll be treated. It's probably actually the best you'll be treated because they're still trying to put their best foot forward so that if they want to hire you, you'll want to take the job. The second reason to be picky is that your expectations for a role don't always match the reality for a role. If you get a job and you find out that it's not what you thought it'd be, you'll be stuck there until another opportunity comes along. Pro tip, download this free career roadmap to discover your path to your dream job. The third reason is that the job may not challenge you enough. Not only will you get bored, but you'll have a hard time marketing yourself for another job. The way to prevent this is to go on as many informational interviews as possible. If you want to learn more about informational interviews, leave a comment down below letting me know. I'll happily make this video. The next reason is that the tasks might not get you closer to your dream job. On a related note, if your role doesn't have tasks or responsibilities that teach you something for your next step, you are probably wasting your time, and you'll have a hard time marketing yourself for a job that you are actually excited about. The way to prevent this is by networking. Get to know others with the same job title and ask them where they see their career going. You can ask people with your dream job for advice. In other words, go on informational interviews. The next reason is that you may not be able to grow at the company. On the other hand, maybe you are being challenged by the tasks. That's a good thing. But if you find that you can't move up or to a different role, you'll have to find work elsewhere. The way to prevent this is by asking specific questions during the interview and reaching out to current employees. The next reason is that you might find that you disagree with the values of the company. This will make it hard to get things done because we like to feel like what we are doing is purposeful. This is what I often hear from students. They want to feel like they are making a difference with their work. If you disagree with the values a company has or is promoting, you'll need to spend extra time convincing yourself that what you are doing is good. The way you prevent this is by, again, asking specific questions during the interview process and reaching out to current employees. You can also find out their values or mission from the company's website, but be sure to ask interviewers how they see these values and/or mission play out in their role, team, and company. The next reason to be picky about your first job out of college is that job hopping can be a red flag to recruiters. If there's one thing I learned as a business major, it's that it's cheaper to retain customers than it is to always find new customers. It's the same thing for employees. It's cheaper for a company to retain its employees than it is to have to hire new employees. That's why many recruiters and hiring managers view job hopping as a red flag. The way to prevent this is by doing your research on the types of jobs you are applying to and company cultures of the places you are applying to so that you can be sure the company and the job you are going to work in will appreciate you for you. The last reason to be picky is that being picky allows you to create direction for yourself. When you get even just a little bit more picky, it's like creating a target for yourself. Say you're interested in working in tech. Now you have a little bit more direction for your job hunt because you can look into types of roles available in that industry that your major can relate to. Then you can decide on some companies and reach out to current employees, then keep narrowing down your interests. So what now? Now you know all of the reasons that you should be picky during your first post-college job hunt. Here's what you can do. If you are still looking for that first job after college, be sure to grab a free copy of my career roadmap. This helps you start to narrow your job search down. Or let's say you have already jumped for that first job and you feel unhappy. Before you leave a job, you owe it to yourself to try to make things work. This blog post will help you out. You can ask yourself these 4 questions before you quit your job, and I'll link it down below in the description. I hope you found this video helpful. If you found it useful, please hit that like button below and don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on job hunting tips just like this one. And most importantly, if you know anyone who will also find this video helpful, please share it with them. All right, I will see you in the next video.